2016, and it comes just days before President Trump is scheduled to meet with the Russian President Vladimir Putin in Finland on Monday. Joining us now, Florida Republican Congressman Francis Rooney. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. I don't know if you just heard Senator Mark Warner, Chuck Schumer, Adam Schiff. They're all saying this indictment should result in the end of not only the president calling this a witch hunt, this Russia probe, but the president should basically cancel the summit with Putin on Monday. What's your reaction?
Well, I can see an argument for doing that. I mean, this is a pretty outrageous step up in the nature of the conflict, to go from a bunch of Russian business people that we figured were part of the government to really part of the government right now is a pretty disturbing matter. And I think we need to sanction them, and I think we need to take a very hard line with Russia.
Do you think the president should go forward and meet with Putin Monday in Helsinki?
If he does, I hope that he will have some what they call note takers with him. Perhaps Ambassador Bolton, and that they will make sure that they reaffirm our commitment to NATO, that they reaffirm our commitment to energy independence in Europe, and make sure that they make the point that we do not like the fact that Russia took over Crimea and is marginalizing the Tatar population down there.
The president still is calling this Mueller probe, the Robert Mueller probe, and even today, as recently as a few hours ago, a rigged witch hunt. What's your reaction to that?
Well, in the sense that we haven't found any direct collusion between the campaign and the Russian efforts to destabilize our country, I guess that's probably, you could say that there's no evidence. They haven't found anything on that.
But the investigation clearly is still underway. We don't know what the outcome is going to be. But do you have confidence that Mueller, Rosenstein, that entire team, they know what they're doing and they should pursue all of these leads?
Well, we've talked about that before. I mean, Mueller has a stellar reputation as a prosecutor, and we just need to kind of see what happens, see if he's got the goods or not. The goods that he came up with today are pretty serious.
Very serious indeed. Were you surprised by the detail, the specificity included in this indictment of these 12 senior Russian military operatives, and specifically how they use these fake organizations to try to penetrate the DNC, the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, the Hillary Clinton campaign? Clearly, no Republican political organizations were included in this operation.
Yeah, I think that the same Guccifer and that other front were used with the other people the first time around that were indicted. And I'm not surprised by the methodical, patient and careful evolution of the investigation headed up by a professional like Mueller.
Yeah, it's a very impressive piece of work. If you read this indictment, I recommend to our